I'm Rick. I'm here to present a chair yoga class. This will be the first of two classes, and I'm just here with Pastor Donna, and she's doing the technical work. So let's get started. You need to practice safety. You'll want a sturdy chair, and if you feel pain, stop, and most of all, be safe. So we'll start with some neck movement. We will take our necks and do a kind of a half moon. You can enjoy those crunches in your neck. Now we can practice some yeses. Drop the chin into the notch of your collarbones and all the way up. And when in neutral, we'll practice our nose. I hope your neck is crunching as good as mine. Then we'll just practice setting forward on our seats. We will do a cat pose, and we'll exhale as we forward bend, and inhale on the back bend. Keep your posture in mind. And we'll come back to neutral. And then we'll lift our arms. And then we'll scissor the arms, one arm up, out to the sides, and then the opposite arm up. Practice your breathing. Almost all breath is done through the nose in yoga. Think about your shoulder blades, pulling them forward, rounded, and then arcing them back. Okay, let's stop, and we'll practice for Gomukhasa arms. We'll just put our elbows together if we can, like this. And then release. This is eagle arms, not Gomukhasa. So we'll put one arm on top and bring our hands together. Feel the stretching of the shoulder blades. When doing yoga poses, if you're wondering about how long to do them, 5 slow breaths is usually a good indicator. back to the first side. If you can't go all the way, just do what you can. It might just be back-to-back hands. And release. Second side, second time. And release. Take a moment there. Now we'll do a forward bend, and when we do this, we don't want to bend our back in an arch. We want to bend from the hips only. And don't necessarily try to reach the floor. And release. Setting up, mindful of your posture. And we'll do a second forward bend, hips only. And release. Okay, we'll do another forward bend, but this time, let's have a straight leg. And you go toward your toes. You'll probably need to be on the front edge of your chair. And to demonstrate, when we can't reach our foot, we'll use a strap. Release. Second side. Release. First side, second time. Release. and release. A general rule in yoga is to do more frequency is more important than longer holds. Now we're going to do a forward bend, but I'm going to incorporate a twist here. You can forward bend, reach down to your foot, and then the opposite arm, turning up. And release. Come up and rest. Good job, Pastor Donna. Pastor Donna's working at a good social distance today. Second side. Reach down, right, the opposite arm, and up in the air. Trying to twist from all the way up in the back. Don't be throwing your arm out. The best rule is to keep it in line with your shoulder blades. And let's go straight to the first side, second time. Change sides. And release. Let's take a little break while I'm changing my pages. Now, this is going to be called chair pose. It's a better name to be lack of chair pose. Now you can practice just from the edge of your chair, leaning forward with straight arms. You want to engage the arms like an isometric workout. If possible, you can come up off the chair, or some of you might find it easier to just do a slight bend in the legs. Keep the arms engaged though. And then back down. And release. Utkatasana. Engage the arms. If that's enough, you want a bit of a back bend here also. Come up. Release. We'll do a side stretch here. On one side, bring your hand across to the opposite leg, and then leaning with a straight arm. And release. Second side. and release. Short break. First side. Second time. Hold on to that leg, or if you can reach the chair, do that. Leg's good enough for me. And release. I do enjoy a side stretch. I like to feel those ribs separate. And release. Next we'll do a seated twist. Just cross your arm to your opposite leg, and then grab the chair back or the chair seat to help pull your twist. When you go into this, you want to lift yourself, extend your back, and then twist. And as we come out, we will lift again. Lift and release. Very good. Second side, lift and turn. Lift and release. First side, second time. Lift and release. Second side, second time. Lift and release. Twists are said to be detoxifying because it pinches the muscles around the back so they exit the old blood in them and gets new blood in them. Now we're going to stand up. This is not a standing pose, but on a chair it will be. I'm going to turn my chair so I can demonstrate down dog using a chair. You want straight legs and a straight torso and hinging at the hips alone. around to the opposite side, just to show you the next step. Or not the next step, but another way to do it if that did not challenge you. You can put your hands on the edge of the chair and go for the same pose. Now you can do whichever one you felt best to you, and I will demonstrate. Regular down dog is done in the yoga class. You'll sit here in a box shape. You'll put your hands forward, hand width up, width of the mat. Up you go on your toes, back, and drop your heels. And release. Take a moment here. I'm going to turn my mat so you can see these next two poses better. Parsva Konasana. You can step your first foot up kind of between the chair legs and back foot back about 3.5 feet, and then you'll forward bend. Going for straight legs. I'll release early. This pose gets easier with a shorter stance, so I'm going to demonstrate that for you. That might have been too hard a stretch for most folks. As we've been doing all day, hinging at the hips. I'm going to do the other way using the chair seat for those of you that want more challenge. And I'll change sides, but I'll use a shorter step. Okay. First side, second time. I'll use without the chair, but keep using the chair. And release. One thing I forgot to mention, you'll want your feet parallel on this one. A lot of the standing poses we do, we don't have our feet parallel, but this will allow you to get your hips turned perpendicular to your legs. Last time. And release. Stand up straight. Let's take a short break. Running a little long on this, so our last pose will be triangle pose, one of the most basic poses of yoga. This pose, you will have your feet, if you can see my feet, my heel is pointing toward the arch of the back foot. And you run that front foot all the way up under that chair and put your back foot, not 90 degrees, but a little bit of a turn. And then you'll hinge at the waist. Yeah, put your head on the chair. In the easier way, second side, opposite foot up, back foot at an angle. Use your hand on the chair. And release. Stand, check your posture. First side, second time. Side bending. And release. Second side, second time. And release. Let's just sit for a moment. Focus on your posture and focus on your breath. Namaste.
Thank you, Rick.